What up, everybody? How was all doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hope you can get on track sooner or later. So you can add to your thing, you know what I mean? Y'all know Star. The question is, what is the script? You know? What is the script? Remember, I did a video earlier called Why Are There Script Writers? And today we're going to talk about the script, right? So, why are there script writers? Remember how we talked about the engineers of society? And they want people to be thinking on accord. You feel me? You want people to all think in a certain direction, a certain way. Remember that we're all programmed through the system of they call it the school system and the curriculum, which is all over the place, which is the same thing because they all want us to think on one accord, which is unnatural and it's not going to happen. But that's the whole goal of this matrix. You know what I'm saying? So script writers are the people that's engineer society and lead in the direction they want to go, along with their technology, their new inventions, and so on and so be it. You know what I'm saying? The powers that be want to stay in control. They got control, so they want to keep it. Feel me? So a script is different situations that goes on in society, and we think it's organic and things just happening when there's actually people behind the curtains, people in the dark pulling the strings, you know what I'm saying, on these puppets that sold their soul, and all these people that put themselves in that position to play those positions and play it up with these controllers of these people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of situations happen in this world, and by the way, our reaction, they can tell if what they set up is working or not. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, 10, 15 years, shit changes on a different level. But if you notice, every 10, 15 years, that's when the different generations that they say happen, so-called. Generation X, Generation Millennial, Generation Z, Generation Alpha, Generation Beta now. You know what I'm saying? So this started back in the 50s. Like when they implemented television and all of that. This is all about control. Controlling the mass. Religion's been initiated, you know what I'm saying? And television now is just a new way. Which is what Hollywood, remember enough, according to their writers, this is a new world. And in this new world, Hollywood is a new, way of controlling. Propaganda. It's a whole bunch of lies anyways. In propaganda where people make situations up, makes it up. Put stuff together, write a script for scenarios. You know, we speak about crisis actors and actresses that have all over the place at different ages, different races, all races, matter of fact. People buy into that system. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Matrix mind game we're in. You know? And when all these funny things going on, and then people really start unveiling what's beneath the veil, what's behind the veil. The controllers of society, you know what I'm saying? Secret societies, you know what I'm saying? The dark government and the dark web, all these things. You have Front Street and then you have the back streets, right? So what's the script? A script is all the different scenarios you see playing out on the world stage. What is the world stage? Basically everything that's up front. The news, the social medias, the networks, where people gather, people interact. You know what I'm saying? And most of them seek information. Some don't, because stuff is presented to you, but you gotta be skeptical and be careful of the stuff that's presented to you. You can't take stuff on face value nowadays. We're in the time of information age, right? We've been misled, they've been misleading us, lying, formulating different ideas of the past, knowing they're not teaching the truth about the past and how life is and life's supposed to be, what life's about. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that, but they're throwing people off. Fake history, a lot of lies, a lot of not truth. And it's like, you have to think about the reality of our existence. But most of us busy surviving, so we ain't got time to think about our reality, our existence. You know what I'm saying? But this Holding the Vibe podcast, that's what we all about right here. I ain't got time. I got 2 jobs. But in the meantime, I'm holding the vibe and I got stuff to say. So, I'm in the YouTube streets. I'm watching different podcasts. And today the question that came up, what is a script? And I already talked about script writers, asking why are there script writers? But, like I said, these are the builders of society. They engineer society to go a certain way, their way. Their ways, their control. Rules, laws, and everything. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta survive, right? We have in these times, this is our experience, this is our existence in these times. You survive on. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And everything is everything. It's about understanding that. You feel me? And the main important thing is understanding who you are. So whatever you see out there, what you thought, might have to challenge a whole bunch of things. Might have to challenge things. But ain't nothing wrong with that. This is the reality of our lives and the reality of these times. Because I just thought about all the different generations that's going on, that we got going. And we all cohabitate. We all inhabited from Generation Z, which is our grandparents. Generation X. Generation X, which is our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? To shit us, millennials. Because I'm in my 40s, and we go up to the 50s. And then they got Generation X after us, which is our kids. You know what I'm saying? Which is influenced by us and Generation Z. By the end of the day, we're all in this matrix. Because now we got Generation Alpha after them, which is the younger generation, and then we got the newest generation of Generation Beta, which starts in 2025. And those kids that are being born are going to be born from here on. You know what I mean? And we're all in this reality, right? We're all playing this Matrix game. But it's a game of the mind. You know what I mean? So you can be in society, be of society, go along with society, or you can get on your own situation. You got to partake. You got to partake. Survival is a must, and we have to do what we got to do to survive. But you don't have to be in society and be of society. You can be your own vibration. You know what I'm saying? And here at the Holding the Vibe podcast, just the questioning things. You know, I'd love to say, don't question that. Just take things at face value. Take things for what it is. And if you don't know, it's just what it is. Well, nah. We gonna know what it is because we gonna dig into it and find out. But we can even dig deep in this sort of viable situations. And the answer come to us. You know what I'm saying? And then, for fun, we just do some research. And get what's written down in paper. But holding the vibe going within, we're real people. Truly honest people. You know what I mean? Channel style. But the script is being written by the controllers and the engineers of our society. In these times that we are in. You know what I mean? That's what the script is. Look at all the different scenarios going on. Hip-hop is like a monster script. Where everything that goes on with artists is starting, getting big, and falling, locking up. Different situations that happen to these rap artists, the actors, actresses. Random situation that happens in society, you don't know what is what. You can question things. But remember, they already told you don't question things, take it at face value, right? Nah, man, we don't do that. So that's why we're holding the vibe today. You know what I mean? And if that comes across you, you're like, what is a script? Or script writers, you know what I mean? And this the vibe, y'all. CLP, man, tapping in. I mean, like, share, drop a comment if you're vibing. And if you're new, subscribe, you know what I mean? Help me grow this channel. You know what I mean? Channel star, CLP. Catch you on the next vibe, y'all. Peace. It's all love. Amen.